December 17th, 1944. Bonnet Crossroads, near Malmedy, Belgium. The Ardennes winter bites deep, snow swirling in the freezing wind, temperatures plunging below zero. Private First Class Kenneth Ardennes, 21-year-old artillery observer from the 285th Field Artillery Observation Battalion, rides in the back of a truck convoy rumbling through the dense pine forest. His unit is rear echelon, maps, radios, spotters, not front-line infantry. No one expects trouble this far behind the lines. The Battle of the Bulge has only just begun, but rumors of German breakthroughs are already whispering through the ranks. The convoy grinds to a halt. Ahead, German tanks and half-tracks block the road, black crosses stark against white camouflage. SS troops spill out. Waffen-SS from Kampfgruppe Piper, 1st Panzer Division Leibstandarte Adolf Hitler. They move fast, rifles raised, shouting Hände hoch, hands up. Ardennes and his comrades pile out, weapons tossed into the snow. No fight, just surrender. The Germans herd them into a field, line them up in rows. You can feel the confusion in the air. Why aren't they being marched to the rear? Why the machine guns being set up? Then the order comes. A burst of MG-42 fire rips through the line. Men crumple, screams cut short by more rounds. Ardennes drops, playing dead amid the bodies of his friends. Blood soaks the snow red. German soldiers walk among the fallen, pistols cracking as they deliver headshots to anyone twitching. You can almost hear the crunch of boots on frozen ground, the casual laughter of some, the orders barked in German. Ardennes lies still, heart hammering, snow melting against his cheek from the warmth of nearby corpses. Minutes stretch into eternity. The SS moves on, engines roaring as they push forward. He waits. Then, voices. Other survivors stirring. Ardennes opens his eyes. 43 men crawl or stagger from the carnage, wounded, shocked. They flee into the woods, hiding in ditches, evading patrols. Some make it to American lines in Malmedy. Ardennes, bleeding from a leg wound, reaches safety with a few others. The report spreads like wildfire through the U.S. Army. SS troops executing unarmed prisoners. 84 dead at Bonnet alone. The name Malmedy Massacre is born. The shock ripples across the front. American troops already fighting in brutal winter conditions now fight with fury. No quarter for the SS. The discovery of the massacre fuels a grim determination. These are not soldiers, they are murderers. Yet the war grinds on. Weeks later, as the Bulge is contained, American forces push into Germany. Encounters with SS units become more frequent, fanatical resistance, booby-trapped towns, sniper fire from windows. But one story stands out in the memories of those who survived. A small patrol from the 30th Infantry Division, pushing through a ruined village near the Roar River. Private John, or Jack Thompson, rifleman from Ohio, leads a squad clearing houses. They kick in a door, SS troopers inside, cornered. Hands go up. The Germans are young, boys in oversized uniforms, terrified eyes. Thompson's finger tightens on the trigger. The Malmedy report burns in his mind. No prisoners, someone mutters. But the SS sergeant steps forward, slowly lowering his weapon. He speaks broken English. "We surrender. No fight. Please." His men follow. No hidden weapons, no tricks. Thompson hesitates. His squad lowers rifles. The SS men are searched, bound, marched back. As they pass, one young German whispers to Thompson, "We heard about Malmedy. Not all of us like that. We are soldiers, not killers." The moment lingers. In the middle of hatred, a flicker of humanity. Thompson later wrote home, "I expected monsters. Instead, scared kids. War makes us all the same, afraid to die." The Bulge ends. The Reich crumbles. But for men like Ardennes and Thompson, the shocking encounter with the SS, massacre and mercy, remains etched forever. The horror of Malmedy, the surprise of shared fear, war's darkest face and its unexpected glimmers of light. In the frozen forests of the Ardennes, where 84 Americans were gunned down in cold blood, the line between enemy and human blurred just for a moment. January 1945. somewhere along the German-Belgian border near the town of St. Vith. The snow falls heavy and silent, blanketing the shattered pines and the burned-out hulks of tanks. Private John Jack Thompson, 19-year-old rifleman from the 30th Infantry Division, crouches behind a snow-covered hedgerow, M1 Garand cold against his cheek. His breath fogs the air in short, sharp bursts. The Bulge counteroffensive is in full swing, American forces pushing back hard, reclaiming ground inch by bloody inch. The Malmedy Massacre report has spread like wildfire through every division. 84 unarmed GIs gunned down in a field, no mercy shown. The word goes out quietly, soldier to soldier. If you catch SS, no prisoners. It's not an official order, it's something darker, born of rage and the frozen hell they've been living in for weeks. Thompson's squad has been clearing villages all morning, house by house, door by door. Most Germans are Volkssturm now, old men and boys with patched uniforms and terror in their eyes. They surrender fast, but today is different. They kick in the door of a small stone farmhouse on the edge of a ruined hamlet. Inside, 6 Waffen-SS troopers, black collar tabs, runes on the sleeve. Young, hardened faces, none older than 22. Rifles stacked neatly against the wall. Hands slowly rise, no sudden moves. The room goes dead silent. Thompson's finger rests on the trigger. He sees the faces of the Malmedy dead in every report photo he's seen, bodies twisted in snow, bullet holes in heads. His squad leader, Sergeant Mike Kowalski, steps forward, voice low and cold. Hands higher. Search 'em. They pat them down. No hidden knives, no grenades. Just scared kids in black uniforms. One of the SS men, blonde hair, pale skin, locks eyes with Thompson. He speaks in accented English, barely above a whisper. We surrender. We are not the ones from Malmedy. We were in the East. We know what happened. Not all of us are like that. Thompson's jaw tightens. Kowalski spits into the corner. Shut your mouth. They bind the Germans' hands with bootlaces, march them out into the snow. The squad forms a loose circle around them. Wind howls through the trees. No one speaks for a long moment. Kowalski looks at his men. You all know the orders. No SS prisoners. Thompson feels his stomach twist. The SS sergeant meets his gaze again, pleading, not arrogant. Thompson's voice cracks when he finally speaks. They're surrendering, Sarge. Hands up. No fight. Kowalski turns, eyes hard. You forget what they did at Baugnier. 84 of our boys, shot like dogs. I haven't forgotten, Thompson says quietly, but these aren't the same ones. A long silence. Snow keeps falling. Finally, Kowalski exhales, a cloud of white. Take 'em back. Let the MPs handle it. They march the SS men rearward, past burning houses and frozen corpses. Along the way, other squads stare, some with murder in their eyes. A few GIs mutter, should have finished them, but no one moves to stop it. That night, in a ruined barn, Thompson sits by a small fire, hands shaking. He writes a quick V-mail letter home, words simple. Today, we took SS prisoners. I thought I would hate them. I still do. But when they raised their hands, they looked like any other scared kid. War makes monsters of us on both sides. I hope I never become one. The Bulge rages on. The SS fight to the last. But in that one small moment along a frozen road in Belgium, the line between vengeance and humanity held, just barely. February 1945, near the Ruhr River, Germany. The snow has turned to gray slush under tank tracks and thousands of booths. Private John Thompson's squad is dug in along a muddy ridgeline overlooking a shattered village. The Germans are falling back, but the SS still holds pockets, fighting like men who know there's no retreat left. Thompson hasn't slept properly in days. Every night the faces from that farmhouse return. The young SS sergeant with the pleading eyes, the boys who looked more like frightened kids than fanatics. He still hears Sergeant Kowalski's voice, "No SS prisoners." He still feels the moment he spoke up, the silence that followed, the grudging march back to the rear. Word has spread through the division. Some call Thompson soft. Others, quietly, thank him. "You kept us from crossing the line," one older sergeant told him. "We'd have been no better than them." Today the squad gets orders. Clear the village below. Rumors say SS holdouts are in the church steeple and the old mill. Thompson's heart sinks. If it's them again, will the same choice come? They advance under covering fire from a pair of Shermans. Houses burn. Civilians have long fled. The squad kicks indoors, most rooms empty. Then they reach the mill. Inside, 4 Waffen-SS troopers cornered on the second floor. One wounded, leg bandaged with torn cloth. The others stand with hands raised, rifles on the floor. The same black collar tabs, the same runes. Thompson freezes in the doorway. His finger hovers over the trigger. The squad fans out behind him, rifles up, ready. The wounded SS man speaks first, voice hoarse. "Bitte, we surrender, no more fight." One of the others, a boy who can't be more than 17, starts to cry, shoulders shaking. No arrogance, no defiance, just exhaustion. Kowalski steps beside Thompson, voice low. "Your call, kid." Thompson looks at the boy, sees himself 2 years earlier, scared, far from home, thrown into a war bigger than any of them. He lowers his rifle slowly. "Search them, bind them, we're taking them back." A ripple of tension through the squad. A few mutter, but no one argues. They pat the Germans down, tie their hands, lead them out into the slush. As they march rearward, one of the SS men, older, maybe a corporal, speaks quietly to Thompson. "We know what happened at Malmedy. We heard. Some of our officers, they gave the order. We didn't agree, but we follow orders or we die too." Thompson doesn't answer right away. Then, softly, "So do we." They reach the POW collection point. MPs take the prisoners. One of the young SS soldiers looks back at Thompson as he's led away, eyes wet, a small nod. That night, in a ruined barn lit by a single lantern, Thompson sits alone, cleaning his rifle. Kowalski joins him, offers a cigarette. "You did the right thing again, twice now. Maybe you're the one keeping us human." Thompson exhales smoke into the cold air. "I just didn't want to become what we hate." The war ends 3 months later. The camps are liberated. The trials begin. Malmedy hangs over everything. Justice for the murdered, but also the question, where does vengeance end and justice begin? For Thompson, the answer was found in 2 small moments along frozen roads in Belgium and Germany, when he chose mercy instead of murder, even when every instinct screamed otherwise. War took so much, but it couldn't take that. April 1945, near the Elbe River, Germany. The Reich is crumbling. The air smells of smoke, wet earth, and diesel. Private John Thompson's division has crossed the Rhine, pushing east in the final weeks of the war in Europe. The fighting is desperate now. SS units, Hitler Youth, scattered Wehrmacht remnants making last stands in villages and forests. But the end is close. Everyone feels it. Thompson's squad has been assigned to guard a newly liberated slave labor camp on the outskirts of a small town. The gates are open, barbed wire sagging. Inside, thousands of emaciated figures in striped uniforms, barely able to walk. Poles, Russians, French, Jews, political prisoners. The smell hits first. Death, dysentery, unwashed bodies. Medics move among them, distributing rations, blankets. Thompson helps carry a man too weak to stand to an ambulance. The man grips his arm with bony fingers, whispers "Danke" through cracked lips. Later that day, the MPs bring in a group of captured SS guards from the camp. 23 men. Black uniforms filthy, collar tabs torn off by their own hands in a pathetic attempt to blend in. They stand in a line in the yard, heads down, guarded by soldiers whose eyes burn with quiet fury. Thompson is assigned to the detail. He recognizes one face immediately, the young SS corporal from the mill, the one who cried when captured. He's thinner now, eyes hollow, uniform hanging off him like a shroud. The prisoners are questioned. Testimonies pour out from the camp survivors, beatings, starvation, executions. One old Polish man points at the corporal. He shot my brother in the quarry for dropping a rock. The corporal doesn't deny it. He just looks at the ground. Thompson stands nearby, M1 slung over his shoulder. The anger is there, hot, familiar, but something else too. He remembers the boy's tears in the mill, the whispered, "We follow orders or we die too." The military tribunal is swift. Most of the SS guards are sentenced to hang or long prison terms. The young corporal gets life. As he's led away in chains, he looks back once at Thompson. No words, just a look, exhaustion, regret, something human. That night, by a small fire outside the camp, Thompson sits with Kowalski. The sergeant is quieter these days. The war has worn them all down. "You see him?" Thompson asks. Kowalski nods. "Yeah, kid looked like he aged 20 years in 2 months. Thompson pokes the fire with a stick. Sparks rise into the night. "I keep thinking, if I'd shot them that day in the mill, would I feel better now, or worse?" Kowalski exhales smoke. "You kept your soul, kid. That's worth more than revenge." The war ends a month later. VE Day. Celebrations. But for Thompson, the real war, the one inside, lingers. Years after, back in Ohio, he rarely speaks of it. But when he does, he tells the same 2 stories. The frozen field at Malmedy, where American boys were murdered, and the 2 moments he chose not to pull the trigger. War doesn't just make monsters out of the enemy, he would say quietly. It tries to make them out of you, too. The hardest fight isn't with the other side. It's with what you let yourself become. In the end, the Malmedy Massacre was avenged through justice, not vengeance. And for a few men like Thompson, mercy became the quietest victory of all.